Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's another random destruction. I didn't do one on Sunday, so I thought I'd sort of sneak one in today. A couple of fairly quick and hopefully entertaining matches. One of them was definitely fun to play, and this one, well, I think it ended up entertaining towards the end. I did get a bit frustrated with this match. It was just one of those where I was always a bit too late. You know, something would get killed just before I could get the damage done, or before I could reload and finish them off, somebody else would. Or, well, yeah, I think RNG stepped in a couple of times as well. But it turned out alright in the end, and yeah, it was quite entertaining, I think, so hopefully you'll find it entertaining. And I think you'll probably find the next one quite entertaining. It's going to be, well, it is in the Snakebite. So, I think this is a tier 7 match. So I'm top tier, I'm in the T20. Got it fully upgraded, in fact I'm nearly out of it now. Maybe 13 or 14,000 before I can get the Pershing, so not too far to go. And I've quite enjoyed this tank. I've got to be honest, for some reason, and I don't know why, I wasn't particularly looking forward to it when I, you know, when I was going up this line, and I sort of dragged my heels a bit to get towards it. Ended up getting it, and you know, obviously I've been in it a few times because I'm nearly out of it now. I don't think I've featured it too many times, but yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it. But I've actually quite enjoyed it, and I think it's quite a decent little medium tank. Now, I damaged the Tiger's ammo rack. Somebody managed to ammo rack him, and that's kind of when it started a little bit. You see, if I'd have just had a faster reload, and that's the thing with the T20. Most of the tier 7, well, I mean, there's the Czech tanks now, so I'm not too sure about the T34 100. I do take a bit of a nasty hit from him. I would imagine, well, his reloads probably, it seems to be about close to this, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of the tier 7 mediums that I can think of have all got sort of fairly fast firing, low damage guns. You know, the Panther, 135 damage. I can't think of any others now. Oh yeah, the KV-13 sort of low-ish. Well, I say low-ish, it's about 160, 180, something like that. I think about 160. Same as the sort of T43, etc. This one stands out a little bit with its 240 damage. I think there is possibly another one. A44? A43 maybe? It's one of the other Soviet ones anyway. I think it's got 100mm, possibly at tier 7 with something like 250 damage if I remember rightly, maybe even 300. Might be just over that, but anyway, I digress. I'm in the T20. I just started rambling on about other tanks. But yeah, the reload on this is a bit longer than most of the other tier 7 mediums, is the point I'm trying to get to. But anyway, somebody else got rid of the T34 100 for me, which is nice, because taking a bit of damage from him. The light tanker tried to get around on our RT, and although I didn't manage to damage them myself, I did actually manage to track him, and that enabled the RT to shotgun him and defend themselves. So yeah, all our RT are alive, which is quite nice, because that could have been quite disastrous and given the enemy team quite an advantage having 3 artillery to our none if that light tank had have had his way. So anyway, what I'd done, I'd basically popped down this side, being a bit cautious, trying to spot any TDs that might be camping down here, hopefully without getting spotted myself, and trying to spot RT. And I don't think it was myself that managed to spot RT. It could have been that medium up on the hill, and I managed to get one shot into one of them, and then they were all dead. Although I did manage to get the last shot into the Tiger and do a little bit of damage there. But I would have liked to have got a bit more damage off RT as well. It's not been too bad. I've got 4 assisted and I've got 4 pens myself, but it's not going to add up to too much. And again, before I can aim, the steering wheel's gone. And it just seems to be one of those. It's like with the RT, they sort of they got spooked and scarpered like a herd of startled gazelle. So I did manage to get one hit, like I say, but it would have been nice to get a bit more damage done. just trying to get as much as I can done in this now. With being so close to getting out of it, it's that stage where you're just really trying to squeeze every last bit of damage you can out of a game just to move on out of the tank, because you're really close to unlocking the next one. And again, I managed to get one shot onto the VK361H, and then before I could reload, somebody else takes him out. And that's something you do sometimes have to get used to with this tank. There are matches where that doesn't happen, and you know, you reload, you get your damage, you get your kills, and you know, you have really quite decent games. And this one didn't turn out too bad in the end, like I say. But then there's other matches like this where just about everything you go for, you'll get one hit, and then while you're waiting for your reload, somebody else will take the tank out. But I was determined to have this stir meal, and I did. If I didn't shoot him, I was going to shove him backwards off the cliff and probably kill him with a ram. Bit of a twitch there from a little leg spike. And now we've got 2 TDs left. I think one of them's a French one, and the other one, I think it's either possibly an SU-85. I don't know if I check or I have checked. I'm sure I do at some point. So it's just a case of trying to track them down. I know one of them was over here somewhere at least. The other one can't be too far away. I don't think it would have got past us over onto the western side of the map. I'm just having a breeze around here, and it's quite a mobile medium. This is quite nice. Like I say, nice and mobile, fairly decent gun depression, if I remember rightly. I can't remember what it is exactly. But it's an SU-100. There you go. But he's done. And the front armour's not too savage, you know, if you're top tier, medium range, working the ridge lines, you can bounce quite a few. You know, if you've got a bit of range and you're going against sort of similar tier mediums, not all of them, and against the lower tiers, yeah, it's, you know, it's not a bad all-round medium tank, this. Now there's just this French S-35 tank destroyer left, and at this point I've thought, do you know what, blow it, go for it, leap of faith, and unfortunately get a low roll and don't manage to kill him. Nearly managed to kill myself, knock out my ammo rack, so I think sod it, go for the suicide ram, and completely get an utterly miss, like a complete fool. So now I've got to try and keep myself alive, just to try and save a little bit of face, and luckily fires and misses, and this is my opportunity. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that could have done, well, that could have looked so much cooler, but unfortunately low roll and then a complete and utter miss of the ram, yeah, made it look a bit stupid. But there you go. Not too bad, it turned out quite well in the end, like I said, and yeah, had quite a good laugh with that round in the end, after getting a bit frustrated towards the beginning. But yeah, came out of it with a first class mastering, just over 2,000 damage done, and 5 kills in the end. Although again, it would have been so much cooler if I'd have actually killed that guy while jumping off that cliff. But unfortunately, I'll just have to keep trying and keep throwing myself off cliffs. Right, I've got one more replay coming up for you, and like I said before, it's in the Snakebite, the tier 6 light tank version of the Cromwell. Quite a low pen gun on this, so I carry quite a lot of APCR. In fact, it's 32 of each. And I think this is a tier 7 match, so it's very nice matchmaking for the Snakebite. And again, it's not a great match, you know, I don't do a huge amount of damage, but I just have good fun in this match, and hopefully you'll find it as entertaining to watch as I did to play. So it's an encounter as well on Tundra, and I'm going to sort of zip past the cap, do a bit of a scan down here, or a bit of a scouting run, and see if there's anything coming around this corner. There normally is, and there you go. Now I was going to go back around to the... In fact, I do go back around to the left. I'm getting ahead of myself there. So I'm going to go back around to the left, like I say, back towards the cap, and just see if I can do anything. That other light tank, he's getting out of there. I don't want to get too involved here in case, you know, half the enemy team's coming over there. And again, another little leg spike. overshoot that corner slightly. Do take a hit from something in there. I would say that was possibly the T20, maybe. So yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to see if I can find some lone tanks to start harassing like this guy in the T3488. No, 85, sorry, T3485. I don't know, getting ahead of myself, misidentifying tanks. Right, now, let's see what other mischief I can do. And this was not my intention. I saw the tiger. I really shouldn't have come this way. Found myself in amongst the enemy tanks, unfortunately, but this thing is fast enough to just get out of there. And if it's something like that, where they're sort of not expecting you to come through, a lot of the time you can just get out of there without being hit, if you're lucky. Now you'll notice, or some of you may have noticed, that I've got a mark of excellence on the barrel of this. I did get it on here, and then had a string of extraordinarily bad games in it, and it dropped my damage standing down to about 50%, something like that, from 65. So not been in it for a while, and it's building back up now steadily. But it's sort of I did have a few good games in it, you know, really good games early on, which put it up quite a bit, and then just had those bad ones which dropped it down. So I've just got to build that average back up. But at the moment, I'm just having fun, causing havoc, running through the enemy lines, spotting targets for our arty. I think I might have to go after arty myself now. I did switch to premium ammo somewhere back there. Probably there was something I was going to go after that needed a bit of premium. I think it was maybe the tiger. You do have problems, even with the standard armor piercing ammunition on this, close-up can bounce off the side of a tiger sometimes, so that's why I carry so much APCR in this. Now, managed to take out artillery, and I did see, yep, a KV-1S. I wasn't quite sure what it was when I zipped past. I'd seen a lone heavy. Wasn't even sure if he was in-game, if he was sort of AFP or not, because of where he was situated. But he is. But anyway, he's long gone. I'm going back around here. Somebody put a shot in. I think it was that Stug. And that's him done. The KV-1S, well, is in-game now, definitely. He's coming back towards me. And I'm going to try and take out this Stera Emil. Let's see what I can do. Flick it around. Is he turned around? Oh, he is. That was close. That could have been the end of me there. But luckily, he missed, and I didn't. Now, that KV-1S, let's see if I can finish him off. Swap back to my armor piercing, because they'll do for the KV-1S. I do take a hit from him, though. But the rate of fire on this gun is fantastic. And the Snakebite is such a fun light tank. Don't know if it keeps its camo bonus on the move anymore. I don't think it does. Although I might be wrong. I know I'm sure it used to when it first came out, but I think I might have changed it possibly. And yeah, donk. Completely lose my momentum by slamming into the corner of the building. Now there's not many enemy tanks left. This is a risky manoeuvre. I knew that some of these guys were on fairly low health, or the higher level, the higher tier tanks, should I say, were. Overshoot that a little bit, and did take some damage coming into there. Do manage to put it into the T20, but realising my mistake as I'm trying to get away. The KV-1, well, yeah, he takes me out and sends me back to the garage. But the guys that were left managed to fight on into victory. So not a bad daily double. Not too bad damage. I think it's about 110 per shot on that tank. So yeah, 1,402 damage. Quite happy with that. Not much assisted, but I was just tear-arsing around like a lunatic. But there you go. I hope you've enjoyed those replays. I'll be back tomorrow, like I said. No, not like I said. Like I will say in the news overview, with the return of the subscriber series. So until then, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.